Yeah, rather than the Epcot one.
A very special thanks to our sponsor
Hi.
of Destination D23 and the Destination D23 live stream, Lug.
Hi, I'm Amy.
And I'm Jason.
And we are the
All
founders
right, you guys get to
of
watch
Lug was founded
commercials.
in 2005 with our primary focus on colorful bags and accessories that provide solutions for your everyday.
The key to Lug is about giving you unique pockets and silhouettes, but also really cool colors and prints.
I love how our bags are inspired by our everyday family adventures.
We are true Disney fans. We live and breathe the Disney lifestyle.
We live here in Orlando, Florida.
We know the parks inside and out, and so now to be able to bring you bags and gear that are going to work for you, but then also celebrate your favorite characters, I think is pretty special.
We are excited to be here at Destination D23 to celebrate our co-brand with Disney Parks. Our first few product drops are going to take you on a tour around World Showcase.
What's so exciting about this merchandise that we are previewing is that it's exclusive to Disney Parks. You can only get it here.
We are excited for you to learn more about Lug.
So welcome to our Lug family, and we invite you to join us on our journey.
Bring home 100 years of magic with D23, the official Disney fan club. This commemorative issue of Disney 23 celebrates a century of Disney, featuring an original sketch of Mickey Mouse that comes to life through augmented reality. Take an in-depth look at the history of Disney with the Walt Disney Archives. Look back at some of our most beloved characters in this stunning gallery featuring heroes, villains, and more. For a limited time, this special issue is included with a D23 Gold membership. In addition, this year's D23 Gold members will receive the Mickey Mouse Leader of the Club milestone statue, exclusive discounts and offers, access to fan events, and more. Don't miss out! Become a D23 Gold member today. Learn more at joind23.com.
Sorry. I gotta eat breakfast. Hope I'm practicing. Trust me, I promise. I'm practicing, but I just can't figure it out. B, the old mill. I'm gonna say Eternals. Well, we're never gonna know.
Here we all are, with nothing but our wit and our will to save the world.
We can't do this alone. We need you.
It's time to celebrate the wonder of Marvel, to assemble with Earth's mightiest heroes and experience heroic adventures.
Yeah.
To discover the hero in all of us.
If you step out that door, you are an Avenger.
To see epic storytelling come to life. To be inspired. To be powerful. To be bold.
Avengers! Assemble.
Assemble your crew and experience the wonder of Marvel.
Show them And now, from the beloved City of Lights and lovely Marne-la-Vallée, please give a friendly bienvenue to the 2022-2023 Disneyland Paris Resort Ambassadors team of Carmen Leo Badal and Quentin Rodriguez.
Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Ah, nous espérons que vous passez un très bon après-midi. We're hoping you're having a wonderful afternoon. Hello, everyone.
Hello!
Quentin and I are delighted to be representing Disneyland Paris and so
Disneyland.
happy to be here at Walt Disney World Resort.
And you know, Carmen, some people say everything sounds better in French, but this sounds good in any language. Bonjour, D23 fans! Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of this wonderful celebration. C'est tout simplement magnifique.
C'est magnifique. As you're all aware, many of the fabled stories and fairy tales that Disney has translated or presented through the years for the cinema screens emanated from many numerous places in Europe.
And some of the very best ones, like The Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Aristocats, Ratatouille, Cinderella, or Beauty and the Beast, are set in France. Pardon. I really couldn't resist.
You just couldn't help it.
No.
But there is a quintessential form of storyline that began right here in the United States and caught the imagination of people around the globe. Do you
I
know
can
what I'm
see
talking
you,
about?
Hope. Don't worry.
Yes, absolutely. I'm talking about the Marvel Universe.
And one of the highlights of our wonderful 30th anniversary celebrations last year was the opening of Avengers Campus at our Walt Disney Studios Park. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
a great place.
Yeah, no one
Yeah.
cares.
Visit.
Just,
And you know,
just
with this
intro
new
it. Let's
addition to
go.
our resort, our guests have loved ever since then being immersed into the Marvel action-packed adventures and, of course, hero encounters.
Yes. This year, in addition to celebrating the centennial of the Walt Disney Company, we're also celebrating
Disney
the
Company.
60th anniversary of Marvel Avengers. Yes, so,
How cool is that?
huh?
How cool is that?
Oh, it's amazing. So, to share with us more about this significant milestone, please welcome the editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics, C.B. Cebulski.
B. Zabolski.
Hello, D23. How are you today?
Hi, buddy.
Is he a stand-up comic?
Everybody having a magical day? Everybody having a marvelous day? All right. Well, my name is C.B. Cebulski, and I am the editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics. I could not be more thrilled to be here, even wore the company colors. But I'm actually a little nervous. I did a run-through yesterday, and there were a couple people on it, but now there's all you out here and we're live streaming, so I need some help building up my confidence. Can you help me with that? All right. Everybody here knows who the Avengers are, right? You just saw that clip? All right, name a couple. Iron Man, Black Widow, Hawkeye. All right, you got it down. Oh, you're going into the comic side. Well, that was my next question. How many people here shout if your first exposure to the Avengers was through the comic books? All right. And how about people who first got exposed to the Avengers through those amazing Marvel Cinematic Universe movies? Okay. Well, today, I'm going to take you through both. Now that I feel good, I feel ready, I feel excited, I am ready to walk you through some of the secret history of the Avengers. I am going to show you things, well, not really show you things, I'm going to tell you stories that most people have never heard before about the creation of Earth's Mightiest Heroes, here at the Beyond Earth's Mightiest Heroes Avengers 60th Anniversary panel. Are you ready? All right. So, as many of you may know, the Avengers were born in 1963, obviously, the 60th anniversary this year, with Avengers #1. Now, the things people may not know is
Look how boxy
Avengers
everyone
number
is.
1 was not written and drawn and created on purpose. It actually came together by accident. This is something that not many people have realized.
Are there the Avengers?
So the story
Oh, look,
goes,
there's Ant-Man.
back in the days, in the 60s, when you were printing comic books, you paid for press time. You paid to book time on the printing presses. And if you missed, you still paid for that time. There was a comic in development at that time called Daredevil. Everybody, I'm sure, also knows Daredevil if you know Marvel, right? Daredevil number 1 was running late. Bill Everett had some problems and he couldn't finish the book on time. So they had a week left and they had to put something on print. So Stan Lee, of course, everybody knows Stan Lee, right? Stan Lee had an idea, and he went to his creative partner, Jack Kirby. Of course, everyone knows Jack as well. He went to Jack Kirby and said, Jack, I got an idea. We can do this. Let's take all the characters from the other comics that we've already written and drawn and put them into a book real quick. We can do it in a week. I'll put something together. Loki will be the bad guy. You draw it. I'll script it, and we'll put it together. And they did it. That's how Avengers number 1 was born, on a complete whim because Daredevil number 1 was late. Here is the actual team from issue number 1. Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, Ant-Man, and the Wasp. Not the team we know from the films, but this is where the Avengers were born.
It's interesting. Ant-Man is original
Now next,
Avengers.
Captain America came in issue 4. Captain America, as most people know now, as the leaders of the Avengers, brought on to screen by, beautiful job by Chris Evans. Does anybody know why Captain America was put into this comic? All right, no. So here's the reason why. Stan Lee knew Captain America existed, of course. Captain America was created in the 40s to encourage patriotism during World War II by Joe Simon. Now, after World War II, the popularity of Captain America waned. So the Captain America comic book was canceled in 1950. They tried to bring it back in 1953 unsuccessfully. So Captain America hadn't been published. So when this book was created in 1963, Stan was writing it, and there was a popular sci-fi series at the time called Buck Rogers. Buck Rogers was about a man out of time. 500 years in the future, he slept. So Stan said, I want to create a man out of time like
up,
Buck
dude?
Rogers.
I heard you were talking about Marvel, so I thought I'd
Captain
join.
America.
Sure, yeah, welcome.
Him and Jack put Captain America into the book to be that man out of time. And Bucky was, of course, not with him this time. But the funny thing was, when you watch the cinematic universe, that scene where Captain America wakes up out of the ice, there's been 60 years between when Cap went in the ice in World War II and when he comes out in that movie. But in the comic books, Cap was really only gone from 1950. And he came back in 1963. So he was only a man at a time for 13 years. And that's something that no one ever realizes. But as we know him now, Cap is still the man out of time and has been the de facto leader of the Avengers for most of the 60 years the team has existed. Now, Kang,
just
everybody
flexing
knows
his
Kang,
nerddom,
very
that's all.
popular now in the D+ in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Kang was introduced here.
Definitely some deep
A couple
pulls.
months later, Rama Tut, and he came back and became the Master of Time.
That's
one
right.
of the thorn in the Avengers' side for the last 60 years. Kang the Conqueror. Very unique origin story, starting in Egypt and how he got his powers. And you'll be seeing a lot more of Kang coming up in the Marvel Universe.
Yes,
and for all
you
you
will.
speculators out there who buy comics and want to put your kids through college, this is the book you might want to get. Now, these are moments I love, and we're going to get back on this a little bit later, but back in the day, fans were
My
starting
dad
to complain
speculated on the right comics.
that
I
how
have
could the Avengers be in their own book, but all in their own individual
full
books?
runs of
How
the
come
Secret
Iron
Wars
Man's,
run
that fighting Loki
my dad
in this
bought
story,
for me.
but the same month,
And one of those is like
he's
the
fighting
introduction
another
of
villain
Spider-Man's
across
black
the world
suit,
somewhere else.
which
And it's
it's
really
one of the
continuity
more
hadn't come together just
more
yet. So to
expensive comics
fix
to
all
ever
those
be sold.
problems, so to speak,
It's
Stan
just
said,
sell them
okay,
yet?
I'm gonna
not
get
yet,
rid of
because
every
I
Avenger
think
who
once
has
the
their own
movies,
book
once the
and
Secret
introduce
Wars
new characters who
movies
aren't
come
gonna
out, it'll
conflict
be
with what's happening in other books
it'll
to keep the
spike.
continuity straight.
What's it
even
worth
though
right
Stan
now?
was writing all the books at the time.
Off
So at
the
this
top
point,
of the
Stan
head.
took 3 characters who he knew weren't going to
I haven't
conflict
had
with
it
anything.
rated,
3
so
villains
not
who
as
had
much
been
as it
introduced
could,
earlier.
but
Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, who many people know as X-Men now,
few
and
hundred.
Hawkeye. And they were introduced as the second wave
Unrated.
of Avengers team in Avengers
Nice.
16. And that's become a staple of Marvel comic book storytelling, is changing the teams up constantly, keep people guessing. Even in those wonderful films, you see, the team changes constantly, new members come and go. And it's something that's really started here in Avengers 16.
Poor guy's out of breath.
Mm-hmm.
Avengers 52 was when the Black Panther joined the team. Now, the Black Panther had been introduced years earlier in the Fantastic Four, but never had a home of his own. Stan liked the character so much, said, I'm going to put him in the Avengers. So this was the first time that Black Panther became a regular character in the Marvel Universe, was in the early Avengers books. The other thing they did here, which was interesting, is, as we know Black Panther mostly, and he was introduced, you couldn't see his face. He had a full mask on. But here, they took his mask off so you could see his face, so you could better identify the character, know who he was when they brought him back into continuity. Now, this is a good one. The Vision. Everybody knows the Vision, I'm sure? All right. The Vision is another old character, not from Marvel continuity, but before Marvel became Marvel, we were Timely Comics. The Vision was actually an old alien character that was introduced years before Marvel Comics was born. Stan knew the character and liked the character and said, I want to bring back the Vision. But he didn't explain to the artist that it was going to be a different Vision. What Stan wanted was, he wanted Mr. Spock. He wanted a character that was logical, cold, and calculating to be on the Avengers team. So when he brought back the Vision, that this is a character, he looks more like a ghost, like an alien, Stan said, no, that's not what I want him. I don't want him to be in his original red format. I'm going to change up the character. He's going to be an android. He's going to be a robotic character. So while the Vision changed from what he was on this cover, Behold the Vision, he was originally intended to be that older character from Timely Continuity. On the right here, you have Ultron, who everybody knows from the Age of Ultron. Ultron is actually the father of the Vision, as you may know.
I do not know.
Not going to talk about the fact that the
in
Vision
late
is also
60s,
the Human Torch.
Marvel superheroes
being
are coming away on
reused.
TV. There was a Marvel superhero show. Some of you might remember this. Every day of the week, there was a different cartoon with a different character. Monday's the Hulk, Tuesday's Namor, Wednesday's Cap, Thursday's Iron Man, and Friday's Thor. This was something that you can find.
Look at that
if you
with
go on
all the
YouTube,
like
or on DVD. It's got a lot of
local
classic theme
channels
songs that some old
listed
people
for
know
like what
and
number
can
it
sing.
is in the area.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now, moving into the 70s, Marvel continued to grow. As many people know, Stan Lee kind of created the internet-connected universe. The characters would appear in other books, but the person who really took that to the next level was the writer of Avengers at this time, Roy Thomas. So Roy did something here called the Kree-Skrull War. In issue 96, he brought all the different elements, not just of heroes, but of villains
He
of
is
the
like
cosmic universe
blasting
together.
through the history
Kree,
of the
Skrull,
Avengers.
the different
Oh, he's
aliens,
very nervous.
The Fantastic Four, the Avengers, and really had the Marvel Universe from Earth battle the Marvel Universe
He definitely
from space.
knows his stuff.
And it was unheard
Just
of. Neil
like
Adams
in the
drew
way
this
that he's talking, he
mind-blowing,
is
very
much more comfortable
photorealistic
talking about
mainstream
this
artwork.
than
And this has become a
anybody on
classic
any of the
story in
other
Marvel-
panels
Marvel Legends.
that I've seen.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Thanos, as everybody knows, from the Snap, was introduced in the 70s. Guardians of the Galaxy. This was something called the Korvac Saga, another very popular storyline where they kept bringing the universes and bringing different characters together. You see some characters there who you might know, and some you might not know. This was where the introduction of Captain Marvel. Carol Danvers joined the Avengers in issue 183. That was a long time into this. But at this point, the women's lib was very popular, and Stan said we should bring a mainstream female character in. So Carol Danvers had been around, but this is really where they introduced her as Ms. Marvel, eventually to become Captain Marvel.
Whoa,
Then
in the
80s,
70s? It ain't
Monica
so,
Rambeau,
buddy.
Photon was born.
Yeah,
love
I
this
think
one.
the
Season of
X-Men
Captain
should
Marvel,
just
and Monica Rambeau's
stick
name was
to
Captain Marvel for a bit.
superheroing and not
Taste her power.
politics.
Henry Pym ponder his past. She-Hulk strut her stuff, and see the Wasp take lunch. It was the 80s. Here is when they did something, and again, you think they would have done this earlier, but hadn't. How do you take down the team of the world's most powerful superheroes? You put together a team of the world's most powerful supervillains. So Baron Zemo had the idea, it was like, if the Avengers have 10 members and we can't beat them, why don't I create a team with 12 or 15 members? And it's become another staple. And obviously the Avengers were beat here because Captain America actually shed a tear. Secret Wars was something that was huge in the 80s. Yeah, a couple claps over here. You know, Kevin Feige has announced that Secret Wars is going to be the name of one of the upcoming Avengers films in the future. But this is where every Marvel character in the Marvel Universe got together and fought not just the villains, but each other. The first event book, so to speak, a mega crossover that people still remember fondly, and has had still lasting effects on the Marvel Universe, because this is also where Spider-Man's black costume and Venom were born eventually from.
God, you might just you might get your comics
In the
rated,
90s?
man, because I think the
Yeah.
build up to the
90s.
movies might even be bigger.
Things got crazy.
Yeah, for
Big
sure.
Muscles, they all had matching jackets. You know, everything was intense and had weapons and extra lines, and everyone was over the top
Judge
with
Dredd?
big guns.
I
then,
think that's Black
Everyone
Knight.
remember this?
We
Heroes
actually met his
Reborn,
character at the end
where
of
the top talents who had already left Marvel earlier to form Image Comics came
Inhumans.
back and took
Or not
over a lot of the
Inhumans.
Marvel books. Jim Lee on X-Men. Here was Rob Liefeld on Avengers. People don't realize this.
The Chloe
To this
Zhao
day,
Marvel
that
movie. Now I
Avengers
can't think of what
comic
it's called.
is still the best-selling Avengers comic
Eternals.
in history.
Still haven't
So
watched
people always say, oh, no, X-Men sold this much, X-Force sold that much. But when it comes to Avengers, this
All
is the
those
best-selling
extra
Avengers comic
muscles
ever.
always crack me up from that 90s art style.
And then we had the Avengers come together with Kurt Busiek and George Paris, a very classic run.
It's funny because they showed like
unfortunately,
a
lost George
panel
last
from
year,
the
but
original
he was a legend in the
Avengers,
comic
and
book
like
industry.
Hulk has no
His
muscle.
run
There's
on
no
Avengers,
definition
you
anyone,
remember
anybody.
this,
It's
was
just
one of the best
everyone's a box.
ever.
It's very funny.
As we get into the 2000s, you know, we first introduced, here was the Kang Dynasty. Again, this is the Kang Dynasty that also Kevin Feige spoke about, that the second upcoming Avengers movie is going to be named after. These are very key
I never
issues.
noticed that about
This is back around time exactly when I started at Marvel.
So they have the comics code
The
still at that
Ultimates,
point, and
Mark
then you
Miller
saw
and
that
Brian
they
Hitch.
put the
This was
PG
a
on there,
modernized
meaning that they
take
were
on the
breaking the
Avengers.
comics
People
code, which
might not
is
know about. This
like
was a heavy basis for
content
the original
control
Avengers
for
films. A lot
comics.
of the stuff you would read
Got
in this
it.
comic, you've seen scenes pulled directly into Marvel Comics, or I'm sorry, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Avengers were beaten and disassembled soon after this. There was Scarlet Witch took away so many powers of the mutants and utterly humbled the Avengers, which you've seen happen in the films as well. And this is something I always love. This was the continuation. These are the issues that everybody always waited for when we were kids. When the Avengers put out covers like this, who will be the next Avenger? You got together with your friends, you speculated, oh man, who's going to be on the Avengers? You know, if we had Sportsbook back then, we probably would have been betting on who the next Avengers would be. But these were some of the classic comics where you never knew who was going to be in the lineup. It was constantly changing. The Avengers got back together in Avengers Dark and New Avengers later.
Avengers
cover there by
Dark.
Joe Quesada on the right. And then there was Civil War. You know, everybody knows Civil War. Such a great comic series, still one of the best ever. Mark Miller and Steve McNiven, 7-issue masterpiece. But we've never forgotten this, and it became the basis for a movie as well.
Sort of.
In the 2010s is when the movie Cinematic Universe started. You know, Dave Mizell, Kevin Feige, Avi Arad, and all the brilliant producers, actors, and writers who got together to form this, taking what Stan and so many of the people have done in creating that connected universe and building on it. Everybody has their favorite film. Just wanted to show the posters here because it's just such a big part of our history. And Marvel expanded out from there with more TV shows, action figures. So this is where the brand really expanded. And this is the kind of culmination, how we built up this 60-year history over the 2010s. And then the 2020s. Now, the Avengers just launched again with Jed McKay and Carlo Villa taking it a new era. Captain Marvel is now the leader of the team. And we've gone back to a classic roster. So I only had a couple minutes, but I hope that gives you some of the secrets, some of the fun stuff that we've seen in the Marvel Universe. Now, it would not be a D23 panel.
If we didn't
it would
waste
not
your
be
time.
a Marvel panel if I didn't have a special guest and we didn't have a few surprises in store. So, if you could put your hands together and help me welcome Ryan Ting from Hasbro, who runs Marvel Legends, and Hank Pym, Giant Man.
Oh, that's cool.
We're gonna put this ting right here. Ting go blah blah.
Quick maps.
Hi. Thanks for joining us,
That's a
Ryan.
Thanks for having figure.
me, CB.
Oh, no problem. So you brought us a little friend here, right?
Yeah, let's get into it. Hi, everyone. Super happy to be here. My name is Ryan Ting. I am from the Hasbro Marvel Legends team. And so shout out again to Marvel and CB for welcoming us. And guys, I know this room is packed with massive Disney fans. Is that right? And I'm sure there's some huge Marvel fans in the room also. That's why, all the way from Rhode Island, I brought our latest and greatest and biggest Marvel Legends hero we've ever made in Giant Man you see here. All right.
That is huge.
Let's advance. All right, so...
Dasani got a little good promotion there.
Was it like 2 foot?
So here you have it.
I mean, it's next to like...
One of the founding members of the Avengers.
Those are like
SCB
full-size
talked about from
Dasani
pages of the
waters.
comics in 1963. We have Hank Pym, a.k.a. Giant Man, in
that's gotta be like...
all his glory here. This figure is 24 inches tall,
That's true.
crazily enough, and he is our latest HasLab campaign that is live now. Now you might be wondering, what's a HasLab?
HasLab?
Well,
That's
HasLab
bad.
is the Hasbro Pulse's crowdfanding platform where we aim to
That's
bring
bad.
game items.
It's
to
also
life
really
in
dumb,
support
and
of
it's
the
a
fans.
really bad like
And it just launched yesterday.
trend,
I
I guess, in corporate stuff where
right? So
they're
this
like, oh,
is a really
Kickstarter's
awesome
a
item.
thing.
So much love and attention.
We're gonna
went
make
into it.
our
This is
own
an
corporate
all-new
Kickstarter
sculpt with,
where people pay
premium
us to
paint
build
job
things.
on it, and
yeah,
to capture all those
that shit's weird to
textural
me.
details of this classic costume. And also, this figure boasts
But it's a good way
whopping
also to
91
gauge,
points of
interest, and it's
articulation,
not
the
just
most
like,
we've ever
oh
done
yeah,
before,
any
including
online poll
29
that you
points of
want to put out can be
articulation
thrown.
in each hand, and
but
he
like
even
if
has
people
a
are going to
toe
pay
joint,
for it up front,
on each foot
That's
there.
true.
I don't know, yeah.
And because you see Giant Man smiling next to me.
It's
What's cool
okay
about
for
this
things
figure
like
is he
this,
comes
I
with
guess.
3
When it
interchangeable
drives me nuts is like
faceplates
video
so that you
games
can
or
have
something where it's
Hank
like,
with however he's feeling that day, right?
just take the risk.
So he's happy to be here at
You don't play video
D23
games anymore.
with
What do you
everyone
know?
He is
today,
thrilled to
Hey,
be here.
I still
That
play
is-
video
thank
games,
you,
just
CB.
not the
I
ones
put,
you
I put
play.
the smiling face
Yeah.
on him. He's also got
I just
a
came from
stoic
playing
face
Star
on the right
Wars,
there on the slide, and
so-
he's also got an angry face too for when he's taking down the
All right,
villains.
how big
You
is
get him
it?
in some really
How much?
awesome
Yeah, those are. I
poses.
think those are
We
full
love
size.
this-
Those are half.
Oh, no,
stomping
those are
down
halves,
pose.
yeah.
And then
Probably-
here's
Disney would-
some
you think Disney would
diorama
spring for
photos
full-size
because
water
I
bottles?
have Cap next to him on stage for a sense of scale. Our normal figure line is about 6 inches. So when you see him staring down Ultron or just casually swatting MODOK out of the sky, you can really tell how awesome Giant Man looks when interacting with your other figures. And when Giant Man's on the scene, you know he's going to swing the
Yeah, so he's
favor of the battle towards the Avengers.
1.5 feet, 2 feet.
And something that's cool about our HasLab campaigns is that there are additional unlocks that we build into the
Alice wants
projects.
one.
And so these are things that will be added
No,
on
you don't get
if
one.
and when the campaign reaches certain higher levels, right? So
Oh,
for the first
zombie
additional
Ant-Man,
tiered
or
unlock,
zombie.
we have a swappable
Don't
zombie
stare at- you can't-
faceplate
my
you
kid's
see here.
threatening
It's really
me.
grotesque. in
She's
all the
trying to-
ways you'd
she's
want a
trying to,
zombie
like,
be. So you
evil eye
have
me.
a zombified, terrifying Giant Man to go along with your other Marvel Legends
HasLab.
zombie.
Okay, how much is this?
The second tier unlock,
Because this is just a
also
commercial,
ripped
right?
from the
This is all it
comics,
is. It's a commercial
an
for
alternate
Hasbro.
scroll
This thing,
head, complete with the pointy ears coming
gonna
out of the
guess
side of the helmet there, so you can
six-
have a scroll Giant Man join in the
$55.
secret invasion.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, Ryan actually
Oh,
has that head backstage.
I
was
would guess
playing
that's
with it.
under.
The
I'm gonna
detail's
say
unbelievable.
that's. I would go close to 200.
All right, so as I
200,
said,
300.
Oh, really?
the HasLab
$199.99.
Giant Man campaign is live now, and it's going to run through October 23rd.
Their
So go
target
to
is
HasbroPulse.com
10,000
for more details,
people.
pictures, and to learn about how to
They've
add
had
this
3,600
awesome Giant
backers.
Man to your
They
classic
have 44
Avengers collection.
days
And later
to
this afternoon, after the
gain,
final presentation,
about
if you want
six-
to
a little
come
over
up and get a
6,000
closer look,
backers.
At Hank
That's
and
why
all
they're
that,
here.
That's why
That's why they're here.
We will be at the West registration, directly across from the doors to the ballroom there. So come say hello.
Is Giant Man
and to
an
tie it back
Avenger?
to the 60th anniversary.
Yeah, it's
for
Ant-Man.
Marvel
Speaking of
for Avengers.
collections,
Oh,
we
it's
want to put some
Ant-Man?
things in some
Yeah,
people's
that's
hands, I
that's
think.
Hank
Right.
Pym.
We like walking
like the
away with some
original
fun
Ant-Man.
stuff here at D23. So check
And
your emails
he
starting
grows and
around
shrinks.
4 o'clock because 60 attendees are going to receive a gift from the Marvel Legends Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest product line that is out at retail now. And then you can come pick that up from Hank and I at West registration starting at 5 o'clock later today.
So yeah, thank you, Hasbro.
So thanks for having
His
us.
name is not
The
Hasbro.
60 for
first
60
of all.
program, so definitely please check your emails.
Unless that was meant to be a
we're
pun, like,
excited to give the stuff away.
he just
There's
tacked
some
Has
wonderful
on
things
the
that
front
Hasbro
of
brought,
Bro.
and they'll be available for you right around 5 o'clock if you get that email that says you're
That was bad, sorry.
one of the winners.
All right. Thanks,
All
everybody.
right,
Don't ever
everyone,
apologize.
thank you so much for coming. Thank you for supporting Marvel. Thank you for supporting the Avengers. Earth's Mightiest Heroes, 60 years. We could not have gotten here without you. Thank you.
Wait, that's it?
It was just a run through of Avengers history, and
that was it.
I mean, the first couple parts were interesting, like bits of history, but
That was a weird way to end, too. Because he said he had, like, surprises in store and stuff.
yeah.
Okay, that's odd, but all right. So the next one is the Epcot one, and that starts at, let's see, 4, 3, 2, 1, 20. So in 20 minutes. Yeah. So
Cool.
we'll be back for that. Ryan, if you want to let me know if you want to join that, and I'll send you another invite because it's another Zoom meeting.
Sounds good. Sounds
Yeah.
good. Yeah, we'll see.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Cool.